Hi friends, it is Mrs. P. I am here to do my check-in. This is the last check-in for the month of June. I am not going to do my debt update yet because there's things that have to still clear the bank and I've got to get all the numbers ready and things like that. But we're going to go ahead and do this check-in, and we will check in with the groceries and all the spending that we did out of our wallets. So go ahead and sit back and relax and watch my budget. Okay, so we're going to first start with our rollover. Our rollover came in higher than expected at $1,195.88. I had to do a double take. I was like, is that higher? Yes, it's higher. All right, Mr. P's income came in higher at $1,129.18. And other, I did get a YouTube check. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing and doing all the things that helps my channel to grow. I just, words cannot tell you how thankful I am just to have this community. So thank you guys. So it came in at $214.86. Okay, so that gives us our total income of $2,539.92. which is higher than we expected. So that's always a good thing. All right, so first we're starting with our bills. These are our expenses that are paid, every month, typically the same. We do have some variable expenses in this, such as the power and the internet. Sometimes Verizon can go up and down a little bit. All right, so Netflix came in at $16.57. Max came in at $10.69. Power and internet, $279.85. I really dread to see the power bill for July because it has been so hot. All right, Spotify, $11.76. Hulu, okay, so I'd budgeted for, but I told you guys that I had upgraded to the no ad plan. All right, Hulu came in at $26.74. I lost my place. All right, so $26.74. Peacock, $213. Verizon. Now, I'm not sure what happened here. I always look at the next bill estimate when I am budgeting, but it came in higher than what I had budgeted. I'll have to look at it. I'm not really sure. It was $4.54 higher than what I had budgeted, so I'm not sure. Google, $2.99, and Apple Storage, $9.99. So our total bills ended up $795, 25, leaving us with $1,744.67. All right, so I bring that down here to our sinking funds. Now, typically this section doesn't change at all. Usually, it stays exactly the same. I did take out $328 for sinking funds, but because I got the YouTube check, what I've decided to do with the YouTube check is to split it. Well, first I'm going to pay the taxes. I'm going to send money to the Ally account for taxes, so that's going to be first. And that goes straight into the Ally account to build interest while we wait on, next year's taxes. So I had not budgeted anything, but I sent $64 to taxes. Then I'm going to take what's remaining and I divided it in half, and I'm putting half to emergency and half to vacation. So we've got nothing budgeted for those, so 75 and 75. Okay, so that gives us $542, and that leaves us with $1,202.67. Okay, so now I'm going to go up here to my variable expenses. We did very good in this area, especially with the fact that, I didn't have my car for most of the week and I was having to drive the truck, which, I would say the gas mileage is about the same. The only difference is that when I use the truck, it's also being used by my husband and my father-in-law. So, and I'm the one that, kept putting gas in it. But it still worked out. So let me move this total up here. 1,202. 1,202. $100.67. So we got out $150 in groceries, $20 for pets, $20 for household, $30 for Mr. P, $55 for Mrs. P, $20 for Miss P. We did not eat out. We did take out $60 for gas, $10 for miscellaneous, and we had no unbudgeted expenses, which is always a good thing. So this section stayed at $365, leaving us with $837.67. Okay, so now we go down to the debt section. All right, so we paid, oh, let me move this down, $837.67. All right, so we paid the Uplift loan, $156.75. My student loan, $497.82. And we had planned to try to put $30. That was supposed to be what we had left over toward the snowball. But because the income came in higher, we were able to put $153.43 to the snowball. I also did something that I've not done yet, and I'm only doing it because this is summer, and I am going to try to not spend as much out of my not emergency fund, my summer savings as I can. So I'm going to leave a buffer in our account, and that is something that I've not done before. I do already have a buffer, but I want to kind of build that up a little bit. Right now we have $500 as our buffer in our checking account, and then everything else is in our high yield savings account. But I with the tire situation, I would like to get the buffer more like $700 or $800. So I'm going to start working on that and just putting just a little bit here and there. $29.67 to the buffer, and that is what will give us our zero-based budget, leaving us with no rollover. And that's how we always do it from month to month. At the end of the month, we zero everything out and start over for the next month. And that's how we're paying our debt, okay? So now I need to flip over here and do my check-in. Okay, so we did really good with spending this month. I'm really proud of us. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in. I'm gonna start with the groceries. So I only went to the grocery store once. This is the key here, okay? So this is where I used to overspend in groceries really bad. And that's because, say, I ran out of milk midweek or bread or something of that nature. Well, I would think, well, I've got to have milk, so I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get milk. And while I'm in the store, then I find all these other things that, like impulse buys, that I don't really need. And I will be completely honest, we have been out of milk. I'm filming this on Tuesday evening, and we have been out of milk since Sunday, out of bread since Sunday. So my daughter, she has been on an Oreo kick, and she dips the Oreos in the milk, and she uses a whole glass of milk for that and then wastes a whole glass of milk. But anyway, we've worked on that. We've talked to her, and now she's got a smaller glass to dip her Oreos in. But that is what keeps me. We have lived for 2 days without milk, and we can live without bread. Things like that. I've gotten creative. I've made sandwiches with flour tortillas, just little roll-up sandwiches, and they're good. So anyway, that's just a little tip for those of you who have trouble overspending, is that just because you've run out of something doesn't mean you have to go get it and replace it right away. All right, so $6.20 is when I went gotten groceries, and I went to Walmart, and I spent $135. And so we will have some rollover, which will go into our Sam's envelope, so I can tally up our groceries for the month of June. So we spent, is that right? Let me add that again. All right, 124, 16, 83, 8, 97, 135. Yeah, $463, guys. I budgeted $600. So I was able to put $137 into my Sam's envelope that will start building up so that we can go and do a Sam's haul, and it will hit us right about going back to school time. or not hit us, but that's about when we plan to go. And that will be great to have extra money, because then I can get like a box of chips and a box of crackers and things like that for back to school, because my daughter packs her lunch. So that's going to be good. So $463 is what we spent on groceries for the month of June. Okay, so pet supplies. We spent $22 at Walmart on pet supplies. And that is all we spent on pets. So let's see how much we've got. 10, 24, 26, and 22. $82. So I budget $80 a month for pets. We roll everything over, so I probably had, because I still have some money in the envelope, so we had money that rolled over. But that just goes to show that my $80 a month is about right. That's about what we spend on pets. Okay, household. Let's see here. I spent $6 more at Walmart on household stuff. So for household, 16, 47, and 6, that was $69. So we budget 80. We roll this over, so $69 is pretty good. So that's budget 80. That's $11 under budget. All right, eating out. We did not eat out anymore. So for the month of June, $58.95 and $75. We spent $133.95. Okay, gas. Making sure you're still in frame. I got gas on the 20th. This was for the truck. I still haven't had to put gas in my car because when the tire went flat, I had a full tank. So I spent $35 on gas. So let's see where we're at with gas. Okay, 45, 25, 35, $270. And I know that we went over budget by $10 one week. Was that all that we went over? Because we must have had some rollover in gas money, because, but I mean, look at that. That's pretty darn good. I'm happy with $270 for gas. All right, and we didn't have any other unbudgeted stuff. Oh, this one, the Apple, my daughter ended up, that was the Crunchyroll app, and she did pay for that, so I'm not going to add that. So our unbudgeted was $469.82, and that was my tires. All right, so that is my check-in, guys. I feel like I rushed this, but I've got to go get my daughter from cheer practice. So anyway, that is that. This is, you know, for summer, I feel like this was a really good month, because, I mean, the tire thing, that kind of threw us off, but I should have known to have that in our budget. I will do better next time. So for groceries and everything, I'm happy. Eating out, not bad. Some of you are worried that my husband's not getting us date night, but I have made reservations. We never did use that $250 gift card to it's like a golf resort, but it has a really nice restaurant there. And so I made reservations for Friday night. So me and him will go, because we didn't ever do anything for our anniversary because of the tire. And so yes, so me and Mr. P have a date night scheduled to plan. So anyway, that is that. I do want to show you, some of you may have already seen it on my community post, but I made a freebie. A lot of people out here are doing the Christmas in July. And I was watching the Mini Mondays with Julie's pages, and she said, let me know if you see anybody out there that has mini challenges for Christmas, specifically for Christmas, because she was wanting some to do. And I was like, you know what? I can do one. And so I did. So, I mean, it's not that great, but it's cute. Who doesn't love Buddy the Elf? It says it's July. Can I put the tree up now? And I love Christmas, so that is my sentiment exactly. So guys, this is free for you. It's in my Google Drive, or you can find it on my community page, and go grab it if you want it. Okay, friends, I am going to go ahead and go so I can go pick up little Miss P from cheer, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.